Kasah pantaha. What is the path to be followed? This was a question asked by Yaksh to Yudhishthir in Mahabharata. Today we must have deep analysis to this question. We must understand this question in depth, because this question, the answer to this question is most important in today's time. In Mahabharata, Yudhishthir answered, Mahajana yen gatasa pantaha. We must follow that path which was followed by our Mahajanas, by our Rishi Muni Tapasvis. Today also we must do the same thing. We must follow the path of our Rishi Muni Tapasvis who followed the path of Vedas. But today we have started worshipping Ram and Krishna, whereas Ram and Krishna spent their entire life in worshipping Almighty God through Vedic path. So it's very, very important in today's situation to deeply think over ka saha pantaha, what is the real path to be followed. We must always understand, God says in Rig Veda very clearly that you cannot understand the form of that Almighty God without understanding Vedas, and you cannot understand Vedas without going to a Rishi Muni Acharya. That is why you must follow the path of the Rishi Muni. In Rig Veda, God says, Meri Srishti hai, I have made this universe. You are listening through your ears, which is made by me. You are eating the food which is made by me. You are seeing through the eyes which is given by me. You are utilizing everything, every article of this universe which is made by me, but you are not worshipping me. Then God says, Aham Satyam Vadami. I am telling you the truth, I will destroy you. If you do not worship me living in my universe, I will destroy you. That means God will destroy us, means God will put us in different yonis where we will not be able to worship that Almighty God. And my Acharya was telling that when we chant any mantra, for example, Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadran Tan Asuva, every day we chant this mantra in the daily Agnihotra. But my Acharya was telling that why don't you chant these mantras with the meaning in the mind? Why don't you spend every day some time to understand the deepest bhavarth of these mantras? I have written so many books, my Acharya was telling. Why don't you spend time to read at least 1 or 2 pages on a daily basis where these meanings have been given by me? When you understand the mantra meaning, then you do the mantra chanting. Almighty God will listen to your prayers. For example, in this mantra you are saying that Yad Bhadran Tan Asuva Duritani Parasuva. Oh Almighty God, may my Kam, Krodh, Madlob, Ahankar be let them stay away from me. You are praying to Almighty God, but when you do not understand the meaning and when you do not focus in your life to stay away from Kam, Krodh, Madlob, Ahankar, why God and how God will help you? This is what my Acharya was telling. And the most astonishing thing is the same mantras was chanted by Sri Ram and Sri Krishna in everyday Agnihotra. They also chanted the mantra Vishwani Deva. They also chanted the Gayatri mantra. They also did everyday Agnihotra. And you are also doing the same. But today, the public is worshipping the statue of Sri Ram and Sri Krishna. They do not understand the path of Sri Ram and Sri Krishna. That is very unfortunate, my Acharya was telling. And there was a question, Ishwar ko kaun janta hai? Who knows that Almighty God? Only that yogi who has realized that Almighty God in Samadhi knows that Almighty God. So that is why Mahajana yen gatasa pantaha. Mahajana means those yogis, the greatest Rishi Munis who have realized Almighty God. They know that Almighty God. So that means we must also make ourselves, joined with those Rishi Munis to understand Almighty God. We must get in contact with the Rishi Munis to understand who is that Almighty God. And my Acharya told that in the previous yugas, every Chakravarti Raja adopted Vedas. Even today also, my Acharya was giving a guarantee. Even today also, any of the Raja of this world, like Prime Minister or President, any Prime Minister, if he starts adopting Vedas and follow Vedas, then the entire world will be under his control. He will become Chakravarti Raja. That is the guarantee of Almighty God in the Vedas. But today, none of the ministers or prime minister or president, they do not know even one Veda mantra. They do not understand even meaning of one Veda mantra. Then what to speak about, Rajya, etc. My Acharya was telling. And my Acharya was also explaining today why you are not spending effort or spending time in understanding the Vedas, why you are spending so much of time in your literature studies, in your English studies, in your scientific studies, mathematics study, because that is giving you food. You want food, you don't want adhyatmikvad, you don't want spirituality. Today you want only bhautik sukh, you don't want adhyatmik sukh. That is why there is no interest of, there is no jigyasus who are ready to listen and understand Vedas in today's situation. And my Acharya was explaining about so many secrets about Yoga Vidya, that when my Acharya was doing intense tapasya, he went to one of his disciples' house in USA, and when my Acharya was there, he went and gave lecture somewhere, and by listening to his lecture, he was in a college. The college head, he came and told my Acharya that, I am appointing you as a head of yoga in my university, and whatever you say, I am ready to give you that money. Like example, you sit in this side of the balance, and at the other side I will dump with notes, dollars. You take whatever money you want, you name your CTC or name your money, I will give you that money. Please stay with us, don't go back to India. Then my Acharya said, no. I just came here to do yajna with for my disciple. I am going back in 3-4 days time. I cannot stay. If you want to understand Yoga Vidya, Veda Vidya, you can come to my ashram. I will not stay out of my country, my Acharya told. And my Acharya told that, see, when I went there, I understood that everybody who comes from India, like the so-called spiritual masters, their first demand or their first talk is about money only, it seems. My Acharya was telling that how much donation you will give for my temple, how much donation you will give me for my ashram, etc. will be their first dialogue normally. But when I did not speak anything about money, I was just simply lecturing about Vedas, they were astonished to see that you are the first person who never spoke about money, you are just speaking about the knowledge. So my Acharya was telling that yoga chitta vritti nirodha. When you do Ashtanga Yoga Tapasya, your chitta vritti, your mind will be totally controlled. You will not have any bhautik needs. You will not have any desire for any bhautik needs like money, property, etc. And in fact, my Acharya named one big, spiritual master in India. I cannot name it here. He told that, he is so big in India today. He sent his people to my ashram to negotiate with me, to propose me to join his organization. 2 times he sent people, then I said, no, I cannot join because that person is a businessman. I am a Yogeshwar. I don't want to join with you. My Acharya was telling yesterday in the Yajna. So, we must always understand who is a true Acharya, who is not. By comparing the Vedic properties of Acharya, I have made several videos on what is the take away from Vedas about Acharyas. Who is a real Acharya? Vedas only clarifies it. So you can also go through those videos to understand who is a real Acharya as per Vedas. And then my Acharya was telling that, there are so many stories that have been written in the recent 2000 years from Puranas, etc. to spoil our culture and Almighty God's true form. For example, God says, Natasya Pratima Asti. He is ever formless. He never takes birth. He never comes into avatar. But Puranas, when we read, Vishnu Purana, Shiva Purana, we read there are different opinions about Almighty God which are totally contradicting to the Vedas. And God is the one who creates this universe, who sustains the universe, who creates the universe without taking a form. So why he should come into any human form? He does not need. That is what God says in the Vedas, Shukram Akayam. He does not have any form. And my Acharya was telling that when you come to an Acharya, you must be humble. You must try to have a pakka rishta with Acharya by humbleness. Because Acharya is your Paramapita. Acharya gives you the Diksha. And Acharya is your Adhyatmic father. So you must try to have extreme humbleness towards Acharya and try to listen the knowledge of the Vedas. And this knowledge is not given to the bodies. Many people have a wrong opinion that, ladies should not listen Vedas. I'm trying to mix the pravachan of yesterday and today just to, give this knowledge. My Acharya was telling in today's pravachan this point, that many people say that ladies should not listen Vedas. Lady or men, this is the body. Body is achetan. Body is anatma. Body does not get any knowledge. Through the body, Jivatma gets the knowledge. So, The Jivatma inside the lady, the Jivatma inside the men is Jivatma. It is eligible to listen the Vedas knowledge. So either it is a men or women, all must listen the knowledge of the Vedas from the Acharya, because the knowledge and the Samadhi is gained by the Jivatma, not by the body. Through the body we listen. So either it is a male body or a female body, they are eligible to listen the knowledge of the Vedas, my Acharya was telling. A very, very big secret from a Rigveda mantra. He did not quote the mantra, but he said that in the recent book what he has written, and it will get published in a week's time, he has written one Ved mantra's meaning, where God says, even if you listen Vedas from anybody who is not a Samadhist yogi, who does not do daily tapasya, who does not do everyday Agnihotra, who does not have control of his senses, who does not have an Acharya, who has not taken Diksha from an Acharya, if you listen Vedas from such a person, then you are not listening Vedas, you are listening to lies. Whatever that person will tell about Vedas will be 100% false. Even if he says something right from the Vedas, it is as equal to falsehood. It is not the truth, because he has not taken Diksha, he has not done tapasya, etc. This is the power of Veda mantras, where Veda says to listen Vedas only from an Acharya, from nobody else. And there are two Brahmas. One is a Shabda Brahma, which is the Vedvani, and the other one is the Parabrahma, which is the Almighty God. And knowledge of Vedas is Shabda Brahma, which emanates from the Parabrahma. And even Sri Krishna is asking to Arjuna, hey Arjuna, this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, are you not seeing the dukh in this? Are you not seeing the dosh in this? So why not you adopt Yoga Vidya in your life to overcome this Janma Mrityu? Why not you understand the Yoga Vidya and the Veda Vidya secrets what I have told to overcome this dukh and dosh in your life? And my Acharya was telling that, in the Yoga Darshana, in the third path, my Acharya has written a beautiful book called as Patanjali Yoga Darshanam. He has commented. So he is speaking about one Rishi who did tapasya for 30,000 years. That means any human cannot live more than 400 years. That means for 30,000 years he has been taking rebirth again and again and doing tapasya. And after that 30,000 years of tapasya, that Rishi attained Samadhi. And that Rishi says that in the Samadhi is the most highest bliss. Many people are asking to that Rishi that, you have told that the Santosh, the Sukh of Santosh is most blissful. For which the Rishi replies, no, the Santosh Sukh is blissful for sure, but still it is nothing in comparison with the bliss of the moksha. So every Rishi Muni knows their previous Janma Tapasyas based on their Samadhi Avastha. And after doing several thousands of years of Tapasya only, the Chitta Vritti will become completely stopped. So when somebody says that, this is a yogi, somebody is doing business, somebody is doing some other kriya. If somebody says that he is a yogi, then I really wonder that how can he become a yogi? How his Chitta Vritti is stopped? What is his tapasya? I used to always think about it, my Acharya was telling. So we must always try to go to that Acharya who is a real Samadhist yogi. And my Acharya was telling about yesterday, one lady had come from United States to see my Acharya. She is a disciple of my Acharya. So my Acharya was telling that she is the one unique person in this whole world. Every person in the world is on the other side and she is on the other side, because she is so fortunate to see my Samadhi Avastha. On the day I attained Samadhi, she came to my house. And I started, it was about to time of Samadhi, like 1 minute, 2 minutes before she came to my house. She said that I came to do pranams to you. Then I shouted at her. And then she ran to kitchen in fear, and then before she went to kitchen, I got the Samadhi Avastha here. And then she saw the complete Samadhi Avastha in 1979, my Acharya was telling. And also my Acharya told that, I had warned her at that point of time that you cannot say what happened in this stage. You cannot say to anybody. If you say that to anyone, you will lose your intellect, you will lose your sense of mind. So she was totally in fear, and she did not share with anybody what happened in there at that point of time. But she is the one who has seen my Samadhi Avastha for the first, when I attained the Samadhi, she was there with me, my Acharya was telling. And my Acharya was telling also that, the Samadhi stage is the highest stage. It's a total, the complete final stage of a person's aim of the life. So this stage is cannot be explained. Even if I explain, nobody can understand. This stage is beyond description. And my acharya was telling that this daughter has seen my samadhi stage, and she must now utilize it and then do more tapasya. She's like maybe 55-60 years now. So she was studying in the college at that point of time. So my acharya was telling that she must do everyday tapasya. She saw the samadhi stage not just by fluke, but maybe because of her previous janma tapasya, so she got that opportunity. So she must try to utilize this and then do more tapasya and gain many spiritual benefits in this janma and next janma, as my acharya was telling. So my acharya was telling that you upayam grahita asi. God says in Yajurveda that you must go towards upayam. Yam means yam niyam asanam. You must go towards the yamas and niyamas, and you must adopt the yamas and niyamas in your life. Why? Somam pahi. Why? Because there must be somebody living in this earth to say that, okay, I know that Almighty God. I know the Soma. Soma means the bliss of Samadhi. Pahi means to protect. Somebody must be present in this earth, and somebody will be always present in this earth to say that I know that Soma. I know the bliss of the moksha. I know the bliss of Samadhi. For that you must adopt Yam Niyam Asana Pranayama Pratyahar Dharana Dhyan. Then Samadhi stage will happen. Then you will understand what is Soma, what is bliss, etc. So Yajurveda, God says Upayama Grihito Asi. You are Jivatma, you are Jigyasu. If you are a Jigyasu, then you must adopt Yam Niyam Asana. If you are not a Jigyasu, this knowledge is not for you. But if you are a Jigyasu, if you are in search of Almighty God, then you must follow Yam Niyam Asana. You must take Diksha from Acharya. You must do everyday Agnihotra. You must do every time possible. You must go and go to Acharya and do Yajna, to listen Vedas, to serve the Acharya, to do donation to him. Then only Samadhi stage will come. And Samadhi stage does not come so easily. It takes thousands and tens and thousands of years to attain this stage, my Acharya was telling. So my Acharya gave many other secrets about Yoga Vidya, which I cannot share here. So, and my Acharya told that every Rishi gives Satya Upadesh. They do not tell anything other than the truth. And everything else other than whatever Rishi says, whatever you see in this world is falsehood. Because falsehood is that thing which will get destroyed. Truth is that thing which will never get destroyed. Even the universe gets over, truth will remain. Almighty God and His Vedic knowledge and all the knowledge in the Vedas will remain with Almighty God, even in Pralaya Avastha, my Acharya was telling. And in today's Yajna, my Acharya told many other thing. My Acharya told this sharir is given for you to do tapasya. If you are not utilizing your time to do tapasya, then what is the use of this sharir? If you cannot spend time to understand the meaning of the mantras, then why you need a human body? Any other body is enough for all other sukh, but only the human body can do tapasya. So you must utilize your human body, which you have got after so many years of struggle. So do not waste the human body. And then my Acharya was telling about Annam Brahma, Upanishad story where the Rishi says, Ann, never do Nindya for Ann. Because without Ann you cannot do tapasya. Without food you cannot develop your body, and without body you cannot do tapasya. So Ann is very, very important. But the Ann will develop the body, but Ann will not develop you. You are Jivatma. But Ann is extremely important. So always eat properly, eat healthy to do tapasya. Do not waste the time, my Acharya was telling. And lastly, my Acharya was telling that Gyan is Chetan. Vedas are Chetan Brahma. Avinashi Chetan Brahma. Shabda Brahma is also Avinashi like Almighty God, because it emanates from Almighty God. And this Gyan is Chetan, and Chetan is given to Chetan. Chetan Gyan is given to Chetan Jivatma. Chetan Gyan is not given to Jad Sharira. Yes, Sharir is a Madhyam, Sharir is a instrument, but that Gyan is given to Jivatma. The moment the Jivatma gets the knowledge, it overcomes its ignorance, and then it does tapasya. Slowly ignorance is removed, and then it achieves its final goal of the life, my Acharya was telling. And my Acharya was speaking about Amavasya mantras, the meaning of Amavasya mantras, which I have explained in the previous videos many times. Please go through my previous videos also. And so my Acharya is telling that even if you stay far away in this world, anywhere in the corner of the world, but you are having your mind and intellect towards attached towards your acharya, then you will get the full benefit of the yajna when you listen to the yajna. That means you must be a disciple. For sure, you must have the diksha. My acharya said that you must be a disciple to acharya. If you do not have disciple to acharya, then the yajna will not have any benefit to you. But if you are a disciple and your mind is fixed with the acharya, then the yajna will benefit you. So you must try to make an acharya in your life is the message. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.